If you feel that at the end of the day, your vision is blurry, your eyes feel heavy, or that the light from headlights at night seems to shatter in your eyes, pay close attention. You may be ignoring the first signs that your natural defenses are weakening. Most people accept vision decline as an unnecessary bill of age, but modern science shows us a different path. I'm not talking about abandoning your glasses or ignoring your doctor, but rather about activating a biological defense mechanism that already exists within you, but which is probably sleeping due to lack of fuel. In the next few minutes, I will give you the exact map, based on physiology, to shield your eyes against the wear and tear of time. Stay with me, because the health of your eyes in the next 10 years depends on the choices you make at dinner tonight. Hello, my dear friends. I am educator and researcher in prevention and longevity. Before we delve deeper, I need to give a fundamental warning. This content is strictly educational and informative. The nutritional and lifestyle strategies I will share are based on studies of prevention and health support, but they do not replace the diagnosis, treatment, or advice of your ophthalmologist. If you have pre-existing conditions such as glaucoma, cataracts, or macular degeneration, never interrupt your treatments and consult your doctor before making drastic dietary changes. Our goal here is prevention and strengthening health, working in favor of your biology, not against medicine. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm going to reveal can help prevent future vision problems. Grab a pen and paper, and let's continue our conversation. To understand what's happening inside your eyes right now, I want you to imagine Thomas's story. Thomas is a 58-year-old British architect, someone who has always relied on the precision of his vision to draw perfect lines. For years, Thomas believed that slight difficulty focusing or the need to increase the font size on his phone was just tiredness. He ignored what we call silent oxidative stress. Thomas lived under artificial lights, ate fast food, and rarely wore quality sunglasses. What Thomas didn't know was that inside his retina, a microscopic battle was being lost day after day. He wasn't just getting old, he was malnourishing the most vital part of his eyes. Thomas's story is the story of millions of people. Modern medicine knows that our eyes are the organs that consume the most energy in the body, proportionally to their size, and therefore generate the most metabolic waste. Imagine a high-performance engine that is never turned off. If you don't change the oil and clean the filters, that engine starts to accumulate dirt and fail. In the case of the eyes, this dirt is free radicals. Thomas only realized the seriousness of the situation when the straight lines of his drawings began to appear wavy, a classic sign that the macula, the center of vision, was suffering. But the good news, which Thomas discovered in time to help preserve his remaining vision, is that the body has a cleaning system. Let's understand the science behind this in a simple way. Deep inside your eye, there's a small area called the macula. It's responsible for your central vision, the one you use to read, recognize faces, and drive. Interestingly, its full scientific name is macula lutea. The macula, which in Latin means yellow spot, is a term that few people connect to. It's yellow because it's literally made of yellow pigments that we ingest. Think of the macula as the internal sunglasses of your eye. The denser this yellow pigment is, the more protected your retina is against the high-energy blue light and ultraviolet rays that bombard your eyes every day. The problem is that the human body cannot produce this yellow pigment on its own. We are 100% dependent on external intake. This is where the concept of macular pigment optical density comes in. Studies show that people with low density of this pigment have a much higher risk of developing age-related macular degeneration, AMD. It's like going to war without armor. When light hits an unprotected retina, it generates violent oxidation, like biological rust corroding the photoreceptor cells. Once these cells die, they do not regenerate. Therefore, prevention is not just a nice idea. It is the only viable strategy to maintain your visual independence in the long term. But what causes this rust or oxidative stress? We live in an environment for which our eyes were not evolutionarily designed. Our ancestors gazed at the horizon, at the green, and slept in total darkness. Today, we bombard our eyes with LED lights, computer screens, and smartphones that emit a spectrum of light that demands a great deal from our ability to focus and filter. Although science still debates the direct damage of screens to the retina, we know for sure that continuous strain and lack of rest, combined with an inflammatory diet, accelerate eye aging. It's a cumulative process. Today's damage adds up to tomorrow's. Returning to our character, Thomas began to change his destiny not with complex surgeries at first, but by understanding that he needed to provide the building blocks to rebuild this protective barrier. He learned that while we sleep, the body tries to repair the day's damage. But if Thomas's bloodstream didn't contain the specific antioxidants that can cross the blood-retinal barrier, the repair wouldn't happen. His eye would wake up as vulnerable as when it went to sleep. It's a continuous cycle of wear and tear that leads to loss of function. The big question, and what we're going to address next, is what exactly are these building blocks? Eating just any vegetable won't do. There's a golden trinity of nutrients that act as a biological shield. And more importantly, there's a fatal mistake that 90% of people make when trying to eat healthily, which causes these nutrients to be simply eliminated by the body without having any effect on the eyes. Don't leave the video. I'm still going to teach you the visual nutrition protocol, exactly as science recommends, and how to prepare these foods to ensure they reach your retina. You'll be surprised, because the secret isn't just in what you eat, but in how you eat. Did you know that you might be throwing away 90% of the nutrients you bought at the supermarket, even while eating what you consider healthy? Imagine buying high-octane fuel for your car, but pouring it on the passenger seat instead of into the tank. The car won't run. The same thing happens with your vision. Many people come to me saying, "Robert, I eat salad every day, but my vision feels tired and weak." The problem isn't what they eat, but how they combine those foods. Today, I'm going to teach you the master key that unlocks the doors of your cells to receive the treatment that nature designed. Get ready, because we're going to transform your next meal into a precision tool for eye health. To illustrate this crucial point, I want to present the story of Sarah, a 45-year-old librarian living in Boston. Health-conscious Sarah adopted a strict diet, large bowls of raw spinach salad without dressing so as not to gain weight, and plenty of water. She believed she was doing what was best for her body. However, in her routine checkups, the levels of antioxidants in her blood remained low, and she continued to experience severe visual discomfort at the end of the day. What Sarah didn't know, and what her doctor later explained, is that she was making a basic chemistry mistake. She was ingesting the nutrients, but absorbing almost none of them. The human digestive system is complex and selective. The two generals of eye protection we mentioned, Lutein and Zeaxanthin, have a very specific chemical personality. They are fat-soluble. This means they absolutely refuse to dissolve in water. They need fat to be transported from your intestines into the bloodstream and finally to the retina. By eating her raw leafy greens without any healthy fats, Sarah was letting these precious pigments pass straight through her digestive system. It was only when she learned how to activate these foods that her health changed. But who exactly are these key players? Science, especially after the famous AREDS 2, Age-Related Eye Disease Study 2, has confirmed that lutein and zeaxanthin are the only dietary carotenoids that accumulate in the retina. They form the macular pigment. Think of them as an internal sunscreen. Lutein is excellent at filtering harmful blue light from screens and LEDs, while zeaxanthin strongly protects central vision, where focus is sharpest. The AREDS 2 study showed that supplementation with these nutrients, 10 more of lutein and 2 milliliters of zeaxanthin, helped to significantly reduce the risk of progression of macular degeneration in patients who already had signs of the disease. However, you don't necessarily need to rush to the pharmacy if you know how to use the supermarket to your advantage. Nature has cleverly packaged these nutrients, but we've forgotten how to access them. Spinach and kale are the gold mines of lutein, but here's the trick that changed Sarah's routine and will change yours. Plant cell walls are tough. If you just chew a raw leaf, your body has difficulty extracting the nutrient from within. To release this treasure, we need heat and, again, fat. Here's the golden rule I teach in my longevity lectures. Cook lightly and add fat. By steaming or lightly sautéing spinach or kale, you break down the plant's tough structure, releasing the carotenoids. A study published in Journal of Nutrition Studies has shown that lutein absorption can triple when spinach is chopped and cooked compared to when it's raw. But it doesn't stop there. You need a carrier. That's where extra virgin olive oil, avocado, or nuts come in. Imagine lutein as a VIP passenger waiting at the bus stop, your gut. If the bus, the fat, doesn't arrive, the passenger won't get to work, your eyes. Sarah started sautéing her spinach with a generous drizzle of good quality olive oil. Within a few weeks, she didn't throw away her glasses. Remember, we're being realistic. But she reported better dark adaptation and less fatigue when reading labels. She was finally truly nourishing her eyes. That's the difference between eating and nourishing. There is one food, however, that deserves special mention in this strategy: the egg. For a long time, the egg was unfairly vilified, but for eye health, it's a hero. The egg yolk contains lutein and zeaxanthin, but the most ingenious thing is that it comes already packaged in its own natural fat. This makes the bioavailability, the ease with which your body absorbs, of the egg's nutrients extremely high, even higher than that of some vegetables. A study by University of Massachusetts, it suggests that eating one egg a day can increase lutein levels in the blood without dangerously altering cholesterol in healthy people. So, how do you put together the perfect meal for your eyesight? Imagine this scenario for your dinner tonight: a cup of spinach quickly sautéed, just until wilted, with garlic and olive oil, accompanied by 1 or 2 boiled or poached eggs. If you want to vary it, add orange bell pepper, which is the richest source of zeaxanthin in nature. This combination is not just gastronomy, it's applied biochemistry. You're providing the correct dose, heat, the transport vehicle, fat, and the raw material, pigments. Now that you have the building blocks, the nutrients, and the delivery trucks, which are the fats, we need to talk about maintaining the structure. Nourishing your eyes is useless if your eye muscles are stiff, locked from excessive screen focus, and if blood circulation in the head area is poor. I'm going to teach you a simple 5-minute nighttime ritual that helps relax eye tension and prepare your eyes for the nighttime repair process. It's not magic, it's the physiology of relaxation. Let's combine nutrition with physical activity to complete this protective cycle. Imagine if I asked you to hold a 5-kilogram weight with your arm outstretched, without bending your elbow for 8 hours straight. Your muscles would collapse, become stiff and painful. Well, that's exactly what you do to your eyes every day. By staring at your phone or computer screen at a short distance for hours on end, you lock your eye muscles in a kind of permanent cramp. This stiffness not only generates fatigue, it blocks proper circulation and prevents the nutrients we discussed earlier from reaching where they need to go. If you want to maintain your long-term visual health, we need to learn how to unlock this mechanism. In the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you a 5-minute reset ritual that will restore freedom to your eyes before bed. The techniques I'm about to teach you are practical exercises for visual hygiene and relaxation. They are recommended by ergonomics and occupational health specialists to alleviate computer vision syndrome. They are not intended to correct refractive errors such as myopia or astigmatism, nor do they replace the use of glasses prescribed by your doctor. The goal here is to restore comfort, improve natural lubrication, and reduce the physical stress that modern life imposes on your most precious sensory organs. Think of it as an essential stretch after a visual marathon. Let me tell you about Arthur, a 32-year-old software programmer living in Seattle. Arthur loved his job, but hated how he felt at the end of the day. By 6 p.m., his eyes were red, dry as sand, and he felt a throbbing pressure in his temples. Arthur thought his prescription had worsened and changed his glasses 3 times in 2 years. But the discomfort persisted. Arthur's problem wasn't the lenses, it was his muscles. He would go hours without blinking properly or looking into the distance. The ciliary muscle, responsible for close-up focus, was in chronic spasm. The turning point for Arthur came when he implemented the 20-20-20 rule, a guideline widely recommended by ophthalmology academies around the world. It's simple, yet biologically powerful. For every 20 minutes of screen time, Arthur started looking at an object 20 feet away, about 6 meters, for 20 seconds. Sounds silly? Science explains it. Looking into the distance is the only way to completely relax the ciliary muscle. For the human eye, rest is infinity. When Arthur began taking these micro breaks, he noticed that the sand in his eyes decreased and his headaches disappeared. He restored flexibility to the system. In addition to daytime breaks, there's a supreme technique for nighttime called palming. Our eyes crave total darkness, something rare in the modern world, full of standby LEDs and streetlights. The technique is simple. Rub your palms vigorously together until they feel warm. This warmth is thermal energy that stimulates vasodilation. Then, close your eyes and cover them with your cupped hands, without pressing on your eyelids. Your fingers should interlace on your forehead, and the base of your hand should rest on your cheekbones. At this moment, immerse yourself in absolute darkness. Breathe deeply. The warmth of your hands helps to relax periocular tension, while the darkness signals to the brain that it's time to shut down the visual alert system. Doing this for just 3 minutes before bed helps to reset the stress on the optic nerve. It's a moment of inner connection. Many report that after this practice, sleep comes faster and their eyes are less puffy in the morning. It's a free therapy accessible to anyone. Another point we often forget is hydration. And I'm not just talking about drinking water, but about blinking. Studies show that when we are focused on screens, our blinking frequency drops from 15 times per minute to just 5 or 7. This causes the tear film to evaporate, leaving the cornea exposed and irritated. A dry cornea is a cornea vulnerable to microlesions and inflammation. The exercise here is conscious blinking. Gently close your eyes, count to 2, lightly squeeze your eyelids, count 2 more, and open them. Repeat this 5 times. This stimulates the meibomian glands to release the oil that protects the tear film, keeping vision clear and lubricated. Remember our comprehensive strategy. We understand the need for protection against oxidation. We've learned to nourish the macula with lutein, zeaxanthin, and healthy fats. Now we've learned to rest and lubricate the mechanical structure of the eye. It's the perfect union between biochemistry and biomechanics. There's no magic pill, just consistency. Health is built on small daily habits that no one sees, but that your body feels and appreciates. We've reached the end of this educational journey, but it's only the beginning of your practice. You don't have to accept a future of blurred vision and chronic fatigue as normal. Your body has an incredible capacity for self-preservation, provided you give it the right tools, intelligent nutrition, protection from excessive light, and strategic rest. Now, I have a challenge for you. Don't let this knowledge die here in this video. I challenge you to the 7-day vision protocol. For the next week, commit to including a serving of dark leafy greens with olive oil at dinner and performing the palming ritual before bed. That's all. I want to know who's with me on this prevention mission. Scroll down to the comments and write, "I accept the challenge." I'll read it and leave a heart in the comments of anyone committed to their own health. Remember, taking care of your vision is taking care of how you see the world and the people you love. I'm Robert Tournier. God bless you, protect your eyes, and I'll see you in the next video.